Street touring pony car. So you've got this great idea. We're going to make a street touring class for pony cars, which, if you don't know, are American cars that were like halfway between a coupe and a sedan, 2+2 seating kind of thing, and started with the Mustang, hence the name pony car. The Camaro followed suit. There was the AMC Javelin, and there's a few others that could loosely be considered a pony car, I suppose. But what they've done is make it all for newer-ish ones.
Okay.
The oldest car I see on the list is a 93. Oh, except for the Mustang. Fox Body Mustang started in 1979.
Yeah.
So something I just thought of, and I don't know the answer to it, so maybe one of you will, but Cam, where does that fall in as far as levels of modification?
Like, Classic American Muscle is almost like no limits. I mean,
so it's
still crazy.
So it's so it's well above and beyond street touring.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because the idea behind street touring is kind of a relatively mild tuned car that you still drive to and from the event. You're not trailing it. It's still comfortable. It still has pretty much a full interior. But you have some options. I mean, you can do full
street touring.
Yeah, street touring. Just in general.
I love that. I love that.
That's kind of the spirit
category.
of the. It's the spirit of the class. You can do minimal engine mods, nothing crazy. You can do a lot of suspension. You can do some weight reduction. You can do wheels. You can do tires. You can do brake pads. You can do brake upgrades.
Of weight reduction.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this.
Isn't there a catch-all that could kind of let them in there?
But it doesn't, because it eliminates the only ones that could compete by stipulating that it has to have a listed curb weight greater than 3,200 pounds. 65, 66 Mustang, 2,860 pounds. You know, with the K code 289 hypo, 271 horsepower on a 2,800 pound car.
Quick.
Yeah, it'll move.
Right.
The Z28 Camaro, 290 horsepower, 3,000 pounds. You know, and
which doesn't seem that unreasonable though, really, because
these new ones have 400 or 500 horsepower.
Right. The suspension technology is how advanced at this point, and they're up 100 horsepower. They're giving up 600-700 pounds, but they're also way more powerful.
Right, and
so
traction control, yaw control, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an independent rear suspension, you're limited to 285 with tires. If you have a solid rear axle, you can go up to 315.
In my opinion,
which is a great idea.
In my opinion, that is the coolest thing about that class.
Yeah.
Right.
Super cool.
Yeah. And they do it in other classes too. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Because
here's another thing: the catch-alls are not allowed in national competition.
Oh, are you kidding?
No. It says it right on the end. Not eligible for national level competition.
Oh. Wow.
You can play in your regionals. Which what's the point of that? Because they always say that you, as a regional leader, are allowed to make whatever class you want. You can make 1967 Camaro white with a black stripe class.
Yep.
So they really don't need to do that.
Yeah.
So what's this? What good is? That's what good that is.
All right. So looks like STP is gone. Moving on from Tavis's angry tirade.
So let's move on to STU. There's some
Okay.
changes and some proposed changes. So
STU, it sounds like the E36 M3, this isn't in effect yet, is going to be leaving the class, and it's going to be going to STR, which I don't think it was the car anymore.
I don't think it's really needed to leave, though. I don't think it was uncompetitive.
I think it's not going to win unless you have an excellent driver. A driver who's better than drivers not in the other cars it's competing against.
Yeah. So the big change over the past year was adding the C5. And I think that the only reason the C5 hasn't dominated is because it's too new and there's not enough strongly developed ones out there to make the dent.
It could also be like A Street.
It's going to be strong when people prepare them.
He brought up an interesting point earlier that it could be tire limited.
Similar to why they put a C606 in A Street. It's now it's street tires, so it doesn't have the grip. Yeah. It's not the mounted tire for that one as much as the compounded tire, but they're limited to 285. They're giving other cars the opportunity to go much larger than they would have stocked. So I think the 350Z, the C5, you still have the boost buggies, the Evos, and the STIs.
They're still valid.
Based on last year's results, the 350Z and C5 were noticeably ahead of any boost buggy.
Except
could have been course except
and
in
weather.
So it could be course dependent, weather dependent, driver dependent.
Yeah,
that's correct, sir.
Yeah, course, weather, driver could all have affected why the results were what they were.
And we talked about
that's
like any other class,
And another class which we have completely glossed over, and I think it is because we I'm willing to admit we know virtually nothing about is HC, Historical Classic.
Oh yeah.
That's a class?
Yes.
What?
That's why we didn't talk
What's
about
that?
it.
Very, very cool class. A lot of super cool cars in it. If anybody watching this knows anything about what would be a competitive car in there, please put it in the comments. I mean, it's just something that
I have no clue.
in
So
our
tell us
region,
about HC. What is that?
Historical.
it's basically like CAM for
European cars.
yeah, and not all, but mostly.
Yeah.
So like things like MGs and
Yeah.
Triumphs and stuff. It would probably be one of the coolest classes to watch. But where we're from, we see very few of those cars around. We're kind of in the CAM.
The
area.
Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Is where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if anybody is from a region that has because I feel like these classes are probably, most of new classes are made because it's popular somewhere. So if anybody's from that area where that is popular, I would be very interested to hear what runs well in that class.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a super cool
video.
class.
I'd
Oh
like to
yeah,
see
I'd
a
love to see a
video.
video of that.
I like those old British cars. Put it in second and leave it.
Put it in second, leave it. Roundell's out.
No.